Hi, everyone. Oh, there we go. Fun fact, Google did an update, so all of my overlays and stuff are wrong. You know, that's fun. So sorry for the kind
I'm
of
getting a
awful.
double audio. I think it's coming from you.
Is it because you're listening to the stream and also me on Google Meet?
Let me find all of my possible windows.
People in chat, let me
Yes, that
know.
was it. It was
Okay,
me. It was
okay.
me. I have two Twitches open.
There we go.
Sorry.
All right, there we go. Sounds good. Okay, good, good. So hello everyone. Welcome. Uh, we're doing AskClevEndeav today. So we have a whole bunch of questions that people have asked from the last couple of months because we missed last month. We also have Kyler here, and I'm going to set up this a screen so you can see him draw or doodle or whatever it is. I'm going to set that up. But first, Kyler, why don't you introduce yourself and maybe kick us off with some questions while I get that set
Sure.
up.
Just pressing save on something so that it stops bugging me. I'm Kyler. I'm one of the devs on Clever Endeavor Games, and I did a lot of different types of work on Ultimate Chicken Horse. I studied as an animator first, and then always worked a little bit on games, and was lucky enough to help found the company. I'll jump into questions. Let's see. I don't think I fare very well with all these windows.
It's okay, me too. I have like 5 million open up.
So it's the AskClevEndeav queues that are all set up, right?
And then anything that is pending, feel free to.
Okay, all the other ones are. Let's see. Just have to be able to read these.
Yes, Globby. Hello, thank you.
How large is the Clever Endeavor team? It's currently 6 and will soon be 7. Very hard question. Answered. Would you guys consider doing some?
I was gonna say, do you want to say like what everyone does?
Jelly. Oh, what everyone does on the team?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's me. I do art and animation and some programming and various game design things. And then there is Richard, who does some game design and then all of the CEO business running things. And then Steph is here, does all the community management and marketing work. And then we have Alex, who mainly does programming, and Fabio, who does art, 2D and some 3D art. And then we have Alexi, who also does art, but more on the 3D side, 3D technical art, some writing and some game design, lots of Unity work. And next week we'll probably talk about who comes next, but we won't say that yet.
I mean, it is kind of out there.
It was public because we did put the post out. So yeah, the studio assistant / QA job we have hired for. So that will be someone who can help do all the things it takes to run a studio, because there's a million little things, and then also helping with doing QA on whatever on the games that we're making, because that is a big process, and it's just, there's always work to be done QAing what we make.
Yep, there sure is.
There sure is. We've been in a bit of a QA time recently, and there are all sorts of weird bugs.
Yeah.
Let's see. What is the most fun unintended mechanic in UCH? In my opinion, asks Perry Letts. Okay, well, the first one that comes to mind is the like item duplication on an online mode where if two people click on something at the same time, they get multiples. And then now that is that I can't remember what people call that. It came from like the Northern Line stream. They had some term for it, and I feel really bad that I don't remember. And at one point, I was like, "Oh, I should code it so that it puts the little term up in the game when you do it, so it doesn't seem like a bug anymore." What other ones were good unintended? So much is unintended. I think um, post-mortem at the beginning might have been an unintended feature where like if your dead body touched the flag, we probably just coded it such that it didn't check if you were dead, so you still got the points. And then we probably kept it. What other unintended ones are there? There was one thing that the community found, which was you could attach barbed wire to punching plants, and because they flip just for artistic reasons, the barbed wire also flips because of how it attaches, and that lets you make like one-way gates and a bunch of other interesting things. I think you could probably like make a computer or something out of that, because once you have like a bit you can flip, then all sorts of stuff is possible. What else was unintended? For a while, I think people were attaching barbed wire to coins. We didn't leave this one in, but it turned the game into like a fighting game because they could attach barbed wire to the coin, pick up the coin, and then run around with it and try to kill the other people.
That's amazing.
It's a good idea for an item, but like our game doesn't work well with latency dependent things with online mode, so we try not to put anything that's too related to like latency. Another unintended feature, after you dress up your character, if you just press B to back out of your character, they stay dressed up in the treehouse until you pick them again. That is not like anybody chose that, but it lets you do nice little setups where everybody can wear an outfit. So it gets left in. And can't think of anything else right now, but I'm sure there's something with glue, but
You mean honey?
honey.
It's honey. Okay, I managed to figure out the
confusion.
Yeah. I figured out the screens. So there we go. Blam. There's.
Oh, I can draw.
Yeah, Kyler can draw. So if you have any requests in chat as we answer questions, feel free to throw those in. All pig farms will be ignored. Just don't even try. What else do we have?
Steph, Terry asks, what is the hardest part of being a CM?
I think the hardest part is like communication is so different between so many different people. There's like language barriers, there's like cultural differences and stuff, and then there's like how like I say older people, I mean like people in their late 20s, early 30s. Like we communicate very differently than someone who's like 13 or 14. So trying to like figure out all of that. Because there's sometimes like someone's saying something, but what they mean is a little bit different, or like there's a lot of contextual clues that you get in person, like facial expressions, body language. Like you'd have a lot more knowledge with that stuff. Or if you knew someone personally, like, oh, Are they angry? Are they not angry? Do they know what they're saying? Kind of thing. Like, did they mean what they say? I'd say that's really hard because sometimes it's just like miscommunication. It's not like they're actually angry or like um,
Yeah,
what they write is not necessarily what they're actually trying to communicate to us or the team. And
I
sometimes it's like
see.
people are really like emotionally charged, like they're really frustrated, um, and then trying to work them through that, and then being like, okay, communicate the actual problem, because just things like this game is trash or like this is whatever isn't usable or uh like there's nothing for us to do with that. Whereas if it's like I'm having issues with XYZ, but that's not someone's like first inclination, right? Their thing is just I hate this thing. And then trying to like
Yeah.
extract like, okay, what don't you like about this thing? Communicate with us. Uh, that's definitely the hardest part. Uh, I'm just laughing at how much wood could a woodchuck chuck? None, because we have no woodchucks in the game.
Well, I was gonna ask what should I draw, and now it's obvious what I should
Yes,
draw.
a little woodchuck.
Okay, I have a picture. Here's the magic of how to draw Ultimate Chicken Horse characters.
We're watching it live.
I I don't know how.
Just seeing. It's also harder to share expression with typing. Yeah, that's exactly it. Um, there's actually so much more to communication than I think people realize. Um, there's just so many things that go into it, and I think that's why it makes communicating over things like social media or the internet is so hard.
Mhm.
And it causes a lot of like miscommunications. Um, a woodchuck holding a spatula. There you go. Can it hold a spatula? Does a woodchuck kind of look like a gopher? What does a woodchuck even
Yeah,
look like?
that's what I'm seeing online.
Okay,
So most animals in Ultimate Chicken Horse have round eyes. I guess I'll just make him look kind of funny. I
pretty
guess
much.
normally I wouldn't start with uh, all of the colors. Normally I would do a pencil sketch or something, but wow, this is a funny woodchuck.
I love it.
Oh yeah, I remember. This is what the trick to all Ultimate Chicken Horse art is to add the fuzz, and then it looks good. You just add the fuzz, and then you're like, wow, I'm good at this.
Are you using like a lasso tool? Like what are you using?
Yeah, so this is TV Paint, and it has a lasso drawing tool, which is the main tool of drawing Ultimate Chicken Horse art. And Photoshop does not have an easy lasso fill like that, so you can't draw Ultimate Chicken Horse art in Photoshop. It's impossible.
Good to know. There we go. Hot tips. People making ultimate chicken, of course. um, um, here's one from Cat Assassin. Um, if you had to erase a character or skin from the game, what would it be?
Erasing a skin. Um, well, I think I have all of the character art loaded up here.
I can tell you mine.
Which would be yours?
Mine would be Chameleon. Not because I have anything against Chameleon. Like, I love the design and everything. But his little dance animation is like 96 frames. So whenever you try to do anything, like on like making gifs or something, it's so hard because it's so long.
Oh, this is
That's
the
an old one.
original.
Yeah.
This is the original, yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay, so
the
you can't like loop it easily.
the current one is 96 frames.
Yeah, it's this one.
Yep. It's so much. And every time I'm like, "Oh, here we go." That one and I think it's um any character that has like separate parts of the character. So I think Snake, like the snake and the skateboard, are separate. So I have to combine those sprites whenever I'm trying to make like emotes or anything.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah.
That makes it hard. Yeah, so it's nothing to do with the characters themselves. It's to do with like technicalities. Those would be my ones.
Okay, I have to erase one. So then I'd make a new one and I'd erase that. No, I have to figure out who it would be. It couldn't be Squirrel because it took too long to figure out that squirrels walk on 2 feet and then run on 4 feet like this. And like figuring out that was like the thing. I can't delete squirrel. Horse and chicken can't be deleted because they're in the title.
I mean, it's also skin, right? Like, so it could be all skins.
Oh. Well then, probably ram. I remember at first we were like, we'll just have black sheep. And then someone was like, that's too easy. We can't just do that. But I think that would be the one because we're. What is. Well, no, that axolotl. I can't get rid of that.
Axolotl's great.
Yeah. I think it would have to be ram. It's just not different enough. That was too easy of a question. I was like, who am I going to delete of the real characters? It's too hard. I think it would also be Chameleon if I had to pick. Sorry, Chameleon.
Like, I think we both like adore Chameleon, but the technicalities of like how many frames Chameleon uses up.
Yeah.
And like,
and it's just like, I don't know, Robot Bunny is just too Robot Bunny.
oh, actually, I saw a really funny Robot Bunny question I need to ask. Hold on. What are Robot Bunny specs? Intel or AMD?
Attar ink chips.
There we go.
Everything in the. It's the acme of this universe. If anybody, hot tip: the Robot Bunny is a little bit inspired by. There's a brand of toy. What is it called? Why can't I remember? There's a brand of stuffed plush animals that.
They remind me of TY babies, Beanie Babies.
No, it's not Beanie Babies. I guess if I just looked up plush bunny, it'll probably tell me.
We have a question from chat. Is
Jellycat bunny? That's the one. A Jellycat bunny. Yes.
Was the robot bunny chosen by Alex's sister? Is that right?
It was, and originally it was supposed to be a cyborg bunny, like a half robot, half real. But I guess the tail could be the cyborg part.
We made Johnny 5. I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, Johnny. I think like Wally was definitely an inspiration. I think Johnny 5 was the inspiration for Wally. I think.
Do you guys plan on adding more characters? Maybe. Who could say?
Maybe.
What was the hardest challenge to overcome while developing Ultimate Chickers?
Probably on like console porting, like getting the game to work on all the consoles. Because online was hard, but like at least with online in the early days, it was just on PC and you can update Steam as fast as you want. You can just be like, here's some updates. I'm updating. Whereas on the consoles, it's like you have to get it right. And there is someone checking your homework that you did it right. And then something weird happens. And then like we launched on Switch and it was crashing because of a language issue where like if you played in, I think it was Japanese, and then you looked at the lobby lists, because the lobby list had lots of random names, it showed too many characters and it used up too much RAM, and then it would like crash the game. But if you just tested it before, when there's one lobby because you're testing, It's fine. Also, we didn't test in every language on every menu, and that is something you need to do.
Yeah.
Or have a not use Unity default text objects because they have problems. Use
Game
Text Mesh Pro.
development.
Yeah.
It's funny how much can go wrong that you couldn't even imagine until it happens.
Yeah.
Remember when the update was supposed to come early 2021? Yeah, we remember that too. And if we had any choice of the matter, it would have happened. But turns out game development is hard. And that's also why I think we've been so coy on dates or timing for it, because it has just been so in flux. And why we didn't want to share things, because we want to keep like kicking the pebble down the road.
Yeah.
We really wanted to like share when we had a date. Let's see. Something I see a lot is like if game or brand reached out for a collab, would you accept the offer? For example, Fall Guys. I've also seen Among Us. I've also seen someone today was asking about working with the Binding of Isaac folks.
Like if they wanted to put something of ours in their game,
Yeah.
would we do it? I think if it was something of ours to put in their game, then I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. To put more stuff in our game is just very hard. So I'd be like, I'm not sure. But it would be fun to work with those other teams or do some outfits or something.
Especially feel like Fall Guys is brand wise has the best match because they're both like kind of platformers, like very family friendly, kid friendly. I think for some of them, like Among Us, it's like a very different brand or theme. I don't know how much we'd want like a horse just being like a murderer.
There's tons of murder in Ultimate Chicken Horse. What are you talking about?
But it's not like Among Us murder.
No. What is Among Us rated? Is it rated like
I
E
don't know
or
actually. It must be E10, right? Because it's like
that?
cartoon violence.
Someone asked if there was a Smash Bros slot, would we want it? Of course.
Oh
But
heck
who would we
yeah!
send? Who would we send? I think we have to send chicken or horse.
Yeah, definitely chicken or horse. But you know, I'd be there like monkey, always spreading the monkey. What would their moves be? Like maybe like they pull out the punching block and you could jump on it, punch other characters.
Yeah. Is there some character who has like a bunch of stuff they pull out?
Yeah.
Oh, the
I think
Minecraft guy, Steve.
Steve, Peach, I think does that as well. She pulls out stuff. I guess if you include Pikmin, he pulls out Pikmin.
Okay.
Oliver, that's his name. Sorry, and then Toad. I think Toad pulls out stuff, and Villager from Animal Crossing pulls out like random things. I think.
I think that's what we'd have to do. They don't have a ton of moves. Just dance. We'd have to put in the dance button, and it wouldn't do anything.
Toad isn't a Smash character. You're right. I don't know where that came from. It shows you how long it's been since I played Smash. So yeah, I think overall if people want to contact us, I think we're down to chat. What does UCHnet mean? So when people see that little UCH icon.
It means that there's, I guess, crossplay happening of some sort, cross-platform play. So I think it's on PS4. If you're a PC player, it says UCHnet. I don't know if it goes the other way. I don't think it does. And then we picked UCHnet because I think that's pretty much what Rocket League had at the time. They had like Cynet, so we were like, okay, we'll just do what they do.
They still do to this day. If they're on anything, on any console, and you're a PC player, it shows like Yeah.
Which
PSYN. Yeah. Sign in. Another easy question. What is considered the quote unquote default game mode in Ultimate Challenge?
party mode, because the game defaults to it. And then
There we go.
I remember like when we decided that, like once we invented party mode, we were like, this is the mode. But it's like, the party mode doesn't sound like the main mode. But we just were like, we'll just make the game start that way, and like that's the way it is. Because there was no good way to like, we didn't want people to feel like they needed to switch to it or anything. Um, yeah, so
What's being said here?
let's see.
Oh, the spatula. The groundhog needs the spatula.
Oh my goodness.
Uh, Globby was asking what's in the chest in the level loader area. So I think we know that, like, functionality wise, it's the outfits. Lore wise, what is inside the chest?
What? Just more outfits.
More outfits.
Just all the outfits. I don't know if there's another thing that could be in there.
What is your favorite music track?
Okay, now I gotta like look at them. Steam soundtrack. The main title's pretty good. Let's see.
Actually, that's a good
Rooftops is
question.
pretty
Is
good.
the update tracks in the soundtrack on Steam?
Yeah, I think we are all the way up to Space and Ballroom. It's all there.
Because I know on Spotify it's separate. I have to
Yeah, I
use
think
like
it's
other
harder.
people's like playlists so I can get all of the tracks.
I might say the party mode's music when you go in Treehouse and it's just you turn it to party mode. That might be my favorite track. Just because I have to pick. I'm surprised how I'm not sick of this music.
I mean, I'm newer to the team, so I've not had to listen to it as much, but I still enjoy it. Leave it on.
Yeah.
Which map was the most difficult to implement or create?
Let's see. Okay, rooftops. There's not much going on. Farm, not too much going on. I bet the metal plant was one of the harder ones because you can glue all the stuff to the platforms. And then once we implemented level saving, like getting the saving to work and the glue to actually stick right would have been a bit of trouble.
I feel like space might have been a little hard, no?
Yeah, I wasn't around for space that much. I was on like parental leave. So like all the hard part of space was done, I think, when I wasn't there. And I think it's just like a giant black hole in the middle of the UFO. Like the code wasn't that hard. It feels like mainframe should have been hard, but I don't think it was that bad. nuclear plant went through a lot of iterations to like get its shape figured out. What else would have been hard?
This question is: was ballroom hard?
I don't think it was that bad. Like, the amount of code necessary to make it switch wasn't that terrible.
How about dance party? Everyone's favorite map, dance party.
The hard part was attempting not to give people seizures. Because I think like the first implementations of the flashing was really bad, and then I found other ways that were a little less bad. Mainframe does have good music, just looking at some of the questions.
Just reading Giro's comment there, just really lovely. It's less of a question, more of a comment. But thank you guys for creating not only a fun, unique game, but providing updates along the way. It's kept me and my friends coming back for endless possibilities. Excited for whatever comes next for you guys.
Sweet. Thank you. Oh, Crumbling Bridge. Just in terms of like, Crumbling Bridge was a new block that was made just for it. And I don't think it was that hard. I just remember like it was a lot of work. And the amount of detail in the crumbling blocks is quite a lot. And then I think there's like 3 blocks that we let people place from the inventory, but the bridge actually has like 10 types of crumbling blocks in it or something. Different variations of the Tetris shapes.
It's true, yeah.
Pyramid, probably not too hard.
In Dance Party, why do projectiles retain their color? Was that intentional? So I just realized we're just sitting here in silence. So I need to got some music.
Sorry, what happens in Dance Party?
The projectiles keep their color. Was that intentional?
I think it was. I think we were like, this is hard enough. We don't need to make this any harder. How hard were Pier and Iceberg? Probably getting the surfboard to disappear the second time that it goes around. Like the wave comes once with the surfboard and the next time it doesn't have it. I'm sure that took some time to work out. Oh, tetraminos. Yes, they are. The
Tetraminos.
Tetraminos shapes.
Yeah. Fun fact, I worked on a Tetris game.
Which one?
Well, it was Puyo Puyo Tetris. Puyo Puyo Tetris
yeah.
2 is the one I worked on. So, yeah. It's, they're quite particular about what things are called. Fun fact. When a game was in development, what was the first map ever developed or tested?
Pretty sure it was Rooftops.
Because when we looked at the Kickstarter, I think that's Waterfall.
It could have been Waterfall too. That might be it. I think the first like concept art might have been Rooftops. But yeah. Waterfall was definitely very early.
Cats for Life, this is woodchuck. It's a woodchuck holding a spatula. So if anyone else has any other ideas to draw, now is the time.
Okay, other animals.
Here's another one. Why is there a blue start flag in the title screen but nowhere else?
Is it even not in posters? It probably isn't. I think it used to be I think when we started, we're like, oh, you have to mark the start. We'll have a flag there. And then later I was like, that's confusing. Let's take it out. And then it just stayed in the start screen. Walking fish in Cyberbowl or Ankylosaurus. Let's see what an Ankylosaurus looks like.
Is that the one with like the dome head and like the club tail?
That is the one.
Dino facts.
Good dino facts. So, okay, that's what we're trying for.
Why did I know that?
Because did you go to the Royal Tyrrell Museum?
I did.
There you go.
For people that don't know.
What color should I make it? Because
it's usually green. Every time I've seen it, it's been a light green. So yeah, people that don't know, me and Tyler are actually from the same like home province.
Yeah.
And they have a really good dinosaur museum there called the Royal Tyrrell Museum. And yeah, I went there quite a bit as a kid. It was a really good museum. There's actually a dinosaur named after our home province called Albertosaurus.
I'm going to show off my favorite thing that I had to script myself in this TV Paint program. I used to have a plugin that did it, but then the plugin got deprecated and it doesn't work. But see, I have like a color picker for purple. But if I want the color between purple and green, I have another color picker that does the in-between color.
Ooh,
so you
it's
can
like
keep going. It's like a color mixer.
Color palette? Oh.
Yeah. And like, this should be a feature that everybody implements. Oh, it doesn't work between green and red. Oh, no, it did. Okay. So we'll do this dinosaur with that color.
The hardest map we've beaten. I don't know if we play a lot of I probably played the most challenge maps.
Yeah.
Because of the stream. I don't even know. I played a bunch of the precision adventure maps. That's about it.
I don't remember the names of them. There's too many. I think there's something like... I think I looked at the level net today, and it said there were like 32,000 pages of levels. So not levels, but pages of levels.
And I think there's like, what, 20?
On a page, yeah.
On a page.
So it's like... So like 600,000 levels.
Woo!
I've played all of them. No.
15 per page, okay.
Oh, yeah. A few.
Yeah. There's still quite a lot.
Okay, I'll do this one right. I'll do a sketch first. There's my color. Now, does an Ankylosaurus stand on 2 legs in Ultimate Chicken Horse or 4 legs?
I don't want to spoil anything, but given other context clues, I'm gonna say 2, Kyler.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know how I could get it on 4.
4 seems more tanky. That is true. Let's see. Do we have more random questions? Let's see.
Okay, I'm not going to completely follow the 1x2 square rule of making an Ultimate Chicken Horse character.
Yes, be free. It's concept art. Not
Do whatever I want. It could be any shape. Trying to fit an elephant in a 1x2 square. That was the hardest challenge.
Yeah, I heard that was a bit of contention in the studio.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do excluding gaming and using social media?
Well, it was rock climbing before the pandemic, but I haven't been since. Probably bike riding. I think that'd probably be it. Or reading books. I read the guy who wrote The Martian wrote another book, and I read that recently. It was decent.
I think what, because my hobbies and things that I do outside of work changes yearly. Like,
Yeah.
I can never stick to one hobby. Probably not a surprise, but I watch anime. Anime and reading manga. It's probably my favorite. I recently got into painting nails. Ooh. So I've been playing around with painting my nails different colors. That's because I was locked inside and I was like, I need a creative outlet. I need to get away from my computer, but I'm locked inside, so what can I do? So I was like, oh, paint nails. Because that requires very little artistic talent. I've got a skateboard, which I've been very bad with going out and trying.
I need to try that. I've always wanted to skateboard, and then I never have.
My one piece of advice is to get a long board and not a short board like I did. Because holy moly.
To get started?
Yeah.
But I want to do tricks. I want to go up the... I want to go off the ramps and things.
Pushing off, like going on and off of the board to push is surprisingly hard. Especially because my board is like a 21-inch board. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like one of the hybrid ones. It's not a long board, but it's not the regular skateboard either. Cruiser. It's a cruiser.
Okay.
But it sits quite high above the ground. And it's got big chunky wheels. Yeah, I need to be better at going out on it. What's your favorite video game franchise? That's not Ultimate Chicken Wars.
It's a boot up Steam. It has to be a franchise.
Or game. It could be a game or a franchise.
I was really into Overwatch for a while. And now I'm just waiting for Overwatch 2 before I go back. I guess like Half-Life and anything that Valve did was very influential on me, especially because of the developer commentaries. So, though their games happen so rarely that it's hard to like love them for too long. What about you?
I always have like a hard time picking one. I usually go with like a top 3. So as you can probably tell from my like what's in my background, I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I also really like the Jack series. Banjo-Kazooie. But like other top ones, there's like so many games that I just feel really influential, like influenced who I was as a gamer. It's like Jack, Banjo-Kazooie, Pokemon, Portal 2, like the Portal franchise. I'm sure there's another one in there too, but yeah, those are very good.
Just looking through my list, these won't be like things that stand out in my mind, like the Stanley Parable.
Stanley Parable's so good.
The Stanley Parable demo, completely different game. That was a good one. Wow, some of these, I didn't know Space Chem was from 2012. That's a long time ago. I didn't play that much Space Chem. Yeah.
Since we were talking about books, what's your favorite book then?
Probably something by Neil Stevenson, like Diamond Age, or so some science fiction thing. I also really liked the Three Body Problem series, which is also science fiction. I wish I could just like list all my favorite books off the top of my head, but I'm not being very good at that. See what my library online is like, if anything stands out. Surprisingly, I couldn't get into Dune. Everyone's like, Dune, Dune, Dune. I'm like, I can't do it. I tried. And then I read the synopsis. I was like, it's okay. I don't want to need to read that. Oh, sorry. This is an easy answer. Fahrenheit 451. The best
Classic.
book. Except I've mainly only heard the audiobook.
That still counts.
But it has a good audiobook version. Yeah, that definitely stands as like the, if I just have to pick my favorite.
Yeah.
And
I keep saying like I'm gonna get back into reading, and then I like don't.
It's hard. I think the thing you have to do is be ready to quit a book quick. Because I always am like, I gotta finish it. But no, you just gotta quit when it's not working for you. Because there's a lot of books to read. And it's not worth like fighting with it too hard.
Yeah, when I get into a book, it's like I'll binge it in like a day or two. Otherwise, it's hard to read. I think my favorite is Freakonomics.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one.
It just like completely changed how I thought about a lot of things. And I know it's like one of those things where it's interesting to read the book and then read all of the discussions that happen around it, like what they did, like what people think is right or wrong, or like what needs an update and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So reading that discourse, supplementary information, I think was very interesting.
Yeah. It reminds me, I read a book called Traffic, Why We Drive the Way We Do, and it's just about like urban design and roads and how counterintuitive so much of that is. It's like the more lanes you put on a highway, the worse traffic gets. So you have to make the highway smaller or get rid of it.
It's also like when we came here from the UK, we're like, wow, traffic is so inefficient here because you don't use roundabouts.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so there's all that discussion of like why. Right. Yeah, Toronto has like terrible traffic.
It's so bad here. Do you want to finish off this Ankylosaurus drawing and then?
Okay, I'll start talking about traffic.
And I'll just chat with chat. So are we hyped for the summer tournament? Oh yeah, so the community is having a tournament, I think, this Saturday, Sunday. I will be away in a cabin in the middle of the woods. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to watch it. I don't know what the internet situation's like up there. But I'll post a thing in the community chat or in our ultimate chicken off. No, our developer Discord.
Okay.
So folks can pop in.
I might pop in for the finals. Ping me for the finals, someone.
I think there was 12 people signed up last time I saw.
Nice. That's really something that, like, I feel like I was always a little worried about with our game. It's like, this feels like it could get really competitive, and the game is a little spaghetti cody. So, it's like just knowing how perfect people get at things. It's a little hard for the game to support that sometimes, but we do our best. We'll try to fix some of the problems.
It's funny because like games that are designed to be competitive, so like games like Celeste, you can tell are kind of like ground up, designed to be like speedrun.
Yeah.
you can just tell, like, there's so many little features that were built from the ground up to support that, and it was designed to be a precision platformer, to the point where they don't use, I would say conventional platforms, like they don't use Unity or Unreal.
Yeah, that's like a custom engine.
They use
scratch.
No, they use someone else's engine.
Okay.
I remember looking this up. But it's not one of the like the main ones that game devs use.
Yeah.
And you can tell from the ground up that was designed to be snappy, precise, and then all of the puzzles in that were purposely designed to be a certain, like, to hit a certain way, right? Because it's a single player game.
Yeah.
Whereas ours, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's mostly designed to be a casual party game that is mostly chaos. It's largely based on chaos, not a precision platformer. So yeah, it does affect quite a lot. Perry, yes, the most fun unintended mechanic. We answered a little bit earlier, so you'll have to check the VOD. I think that's a pretty good answer. Right near the beginning. There's 18 people signed up now, so that's good.
Nice.
Should be a good tournament.
I think the fuzzy groundhog works a lot better than the.
I still like it.
He's so angry. He's not cute enough. Now it looks like a bird.
See, look, I was complaining that our characters don't have enough facial expressions. They all have that very happy, like Pog look to them.
Yeah. There you go.
An Angie boy or girl, Angie animal. I would be for it.
Okay, I'll say that's done.
Wait, I think, doesn't it need the big ball tail? Is that the Ankylosaurus?
Yeah, you're right.
That's like the defining feature of Ankylosaurus. There we go. Excellent.
More spikes.
Excellent. Love it. Oh wait, what happened to the spatula?
It's here.
There we go.
It was on a different layer. There
we go. Love it. There we go. That's something a little bit different. For AskClevEndeav. It was good to have the two of us because we could just like blast through questions too. Yeah,
let's ignoring chat.
Yeah, unless there's any last minute questions, we can call it there so I can wrap up and go on vacation.
Yes, long weekend.
Yes. So we're off tomorrow and Friday.
Yeah.
And then yes, I'll be off all of next week. So community members, if you're not seeing things, there won't be a stream next week. Probably no like Future Friday announcements or anything because I will be away until the 9th. Will this art be put up anywhere? Yeah, Kyler can probably export it and we can put it in Discord or something.
Oh, wrong button. Come on. Just put it straight in the.
There we go. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining us, as always. And then we'll do another stream in 2 weeks. Yeah. Anything you have to say, Kyler?
Thanks for joining us. Lots of fun. Thanks for hosting, Steph.
My pleasure. Let's see. Where's... Oh, there's my... Cool. Okay. Bye, everyone.